Game 2 of the 2010 World Series was scheduled for Thursday, October 28th. The Rangers sent 29-year-old lefty C.J. Wilson to the mound. Wilson has been a relief pitcher for most of his 5-year career, but in 2010 he emerged as one of the fresh, young arms in the Rangers staff. The Rangers have never won a game in San Francisco, and Wilson was hoping to change that. The Giants countered with a 25-year-old righty, Matt Cain. Also a 5-year veteran, Cain had earned 57 big league victories. Entering his first postseason, he had not been scored upon in 2 playoff starts, earning 1 win in the process. The game began at 3:17 p.m. with 43,622 in attendance. Sam Holbrook was the home plate umpire, Bill Miller was at first, Mike Winters at second, Jeff Kellogg at third, Gary Darling and John Hirschbeck were in the outfield. The game began as a pitcher's duel, as neither pitcher allowed a run in the first 4 frames. C.J. Wilson retired the first 4 batters before Cody Ross doubled to left in the second. Similarly, Matt Cain allowed a 1-out single to Mitch Moreland in his half of the second. No scoring threat developed until the top of the 5th. Ian Kinsler led off the inning with a double to center. Two outs later, Matt Cain walked Mitch Moreland intentionally to get to C.J. Wilson. Wilson grounded out to first. In the bottom of the 5th, it was the Giants' turn to strike, and they did so without warning. Wilson struck out Juan Uribe, but Edgar Renteria followed up with a homer deep to left, breaking a scoreless tie. Wilson would retire the next 2 batters, but the Giants now had the lead. The Rangers threatened in the 6th. With 1 out, Matt Cain allowed a back-to-back singles to Michael Young and Josh Hamilton. A wild pitch to Nelson Cruz moved the runners over. But Cruz popped out to Huff, and Kinsler flew out to shallow right. Giants struck again in the bottom of the 7th. Cody Ross led off the frame with a walk. At this point, C.J. Wilson was removed in favor of Darren Oliver. Aubrey Huff grounded out to first, and Cody Ross advanced to second. Juan Uribe followed up with a single to right, knocking in Ross. Oliver struck out the next 2 batters, but the Giants were now up by 2 runs. Matt Cain pitched into the 8th, allowing a 1-out walk to Elvis Andrus. Andrus managed to steal second shortly after. After Michael Young lined out to right, Matt Cain was replaced by Javier Lopez, who retired Josh Hamilton. In the bottom of the 8th, the Rangers' pitching suddenly broke down. Darren O'Day, replacing Darren Oliver, actually struck out the first 2 batters before giving up a single to Buster Posey. Derek Holland immediately replaced O'Day, a move that Ron Washington would later regret. Holland would not find the strike zone, throwing 8 consecutive balls, walking Nate Shearholtz and Cody Ross, loading the bases. Aubrey Huff did see a strike in his at-bat, but he too was walked, forcing in a run. Holland's replacement, Mark Lowe, did not prove much better, walking Juan Uribe with a full count and forcing the 4th run of the game. Edgar Renteria's single to third knocked in 2 more runs and ended Mark Lowe's night. Michael Kirkman replaced Lowe immediately and gave up a triple to Aaron Rowand. Andres Torres continued the slugfest by doubling to left, knocking in the 7th run of the inning. Freddy Sanchez was retired on strikes, but by then the Giants held a commanding lead. Guillermo Mota took the mound in the top of the 9th, retiring Nelson Cruz and Ian Kinsler before walking Dale Murphy. With Jeff Francoeur at bat, Murphy advanced to second, with nobody covering the bag. The act went virtually unnoticed as Francoeur hit a long fly ball down the right field line that was caught by Nate Shearholtz in foul territory. The Giants had won the 2nd game of the series. The Rangers starter C.J. Wilson pitched very well, allowing just 2 runs in 6 innings of play. Unfortunately for him, the Texas bullpen experienced a complete meltdown, especially Derek Holland and Mark Lowe. But even without the meltdown, the Rangers did not have a chance. Matt Cain continued his outstanding postseason performance, extending his scoreless streak to 21 1/3 innings. The Giants' bullpen was outstanding as well. The series now moved to Texas, with the Giants having a commanding 2-0 series